Yeah. What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Man, I'm happy to be here with you because this is the first trying,
Yeah.
right? But it's not trying anymore because it's happening, right?
Yeah.
We are doing Run to the Future in video.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we can show ourselves in this journey,
Right.
that we are sharing our ideas, our reflections, and movement of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, how are you feeling?
It's kind of surreal to, be at this point in this journey we're doing together.
Yeah.
We've been talking so much just about recording and doing workouts, but to actually be recording it in like this way, it's a little nervous, but it's fun. A little fun.
Just relax, we are home, and he is or she is our friend.
Absolutely.
So let's do it.
Cool.
So you have a topic, right? You have a
Yeah.
subject, and please
Yeah. So I've been learning about this idea, which really makes me think a little bit differently. And I'm going to start off by asking you a question.
Okay.
Can you think, or can you name something, and it could be anything,
Like
that-
a bottle of water.
It could be anything. Bottle of
Then you're
water.
gonna get it, right?
Yeah, please. It could be a bottle of water, it could be a phone chair, but I want you to think of something that doesn't experience change. Anything in this world that doesn't experience change. Try to think really hard, really hard.
Can you explain better?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I understand.
Anything that doesn't change,
Doesn't change.
doesn't change,
Okay.
right? So think of something, and it could be anything.
Okay.
Anything. Think of something that doesn't change.
But here in the Earth planet,
Mhm.
never change. It's hard, right? But water.
Water.
But change sleep it after become a gas, right?
Temperature.
Temperature, right? Never change. I can't thinking about something that never changed.
Where's your water bottle? Can I see that?
Yeah, sure.
What about this water bottle? It's a hard stationary thing. If I just set it here and it stays there for 20 years, will it change?
A little bit, but yeah.
What about
Yeah.
10 years?
10 years? I don't know much.
What about in 1 minute?
1 minute?
Will this thing change?
A little bit, but
Right.
I can see that changing.
That's the point. So the reason I use this is silly. It's like a stationary object. It seems like, this thing is what it is. It's not going to change. If it's a minute, maybe 20 years down the road, right? But the truth is, everything is changing.
It's changing.
Everything.
Yeah.
Whether we see it or not, right? Whether we can witness it or not. Maybe in the short span of a minute, you can't see it, but the light hitting it, the weather hitting it, some of the composition, some of the color, something's happening, right? Look, there's a ding in it. That changed it, right?
Yeah.
There's a scuff in it.
Yeah.
That changed it,
It was
right?
not
So
like
changed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You drink a little bit, it changed. So what I've learned is that there's nothing in this world that doesn't change. Nothing. And where I'm going with that thought is you could even apply that to thoughts. Constantly changing, right? And let's look at specifically what thoughts bring to us as sometimes moods, right? Our energies. And let's say you're in a really good mood and you have really good energy. Do you think that will go unchanged?
Never.
Right.
It will change.
Right? And then what about if you're feeling really, really bad?
It will change.
It will change.
Yeah.
So that's like the law of the universe, of this earth, this universe, this planet we live on, is that this material world, everything inherently will change.
Yes.
Okay. So I got thinking about thoughts. That means thoughts can change. So this idea came from something that Wendy showed me. And it just started spinning in my head a little bit. So if things are changing, right, means you can see a difference between this and that, right? Good and bad. A good thought, a bad thought. Hey, that bottle's half empty. It's almost empty. Hey, it's got a dent in it. We're witnessing the change, right? So in order for that change to be witnessed as, in relation to the things changing means something is witnessing it, that is not changing, right? There has to be a place of stability to recognize things changing.
Yes,
Right?
I think I
Because if everything was everything, you wouldn't recognize the change because it would all be changing. But there has to be at least this idea is a point in which the changing is viewed to be able to deem it changing, and that point is constant. And this is coming from the idea of knowing your true self.
okay.
And it's like, what do you mean your true self? Is there a false self? Right?
Yeah.
And so this idea was breaking down and getting deep into the idea of who is our true self. And are we, when we're experiencing these things, is that us? When we're thinking these thoughts, is that us? When we're feeling a certain way that's changing, is that us? Well, by the relation, everything in this world changes, and our mind is one of the, it's like the one thing in our being that is guaranteed it will never stay the same. It's always changing, absorbing, doing stuff, right? So if we believe we are anything that comes from our mind, it means we're not connected or understanding who our true self is, right? And that fascinated me because that means anything that can be conceived or understood with the mind is not who you are. Anything that could be a thought, a belief. I mean, anything that stems from this machine or whatever, can't be us because by default it changes. But if we are the witnesser, if there's something behind that witnessing the change, then what is that? It's constant, right? And when you're not thinking of change, it's more of being your true self in a sense. So it was just an idea that was in my head that I wanted to explore with you a little bit. What's your take on that? Just initial thoughts on this idea?
The first thing that came in my mind was family. The importance of the family. Why? Because this is the same place. Even if you change the house, if you move city to city, if you have your family, your base, you can be yourself. And it's supposed to never change. And this is the hardness, the difficulty to lost some person that you really love. Because you can be one, you can be free, you can be yourself with that person. The person that you have close to you, that you really love, that it really, when you lost this kind of people, you lost a little piece of you because you can't be yourself as you were with that person. So the family was the first place, the first word that came in my mind when you were in your ideas,
right.
Explaining your ideas. And the idea to change, the transformation should be good, but it's scary for a lot of people, and it was for me too, until I faced the idea, the concept of expansion of conscience, and this is transformed my mindset. Transformation. Before was scary, it was bad for me, and until that point, that key that I received from the universe through some persons, some books, some studies, it become good. It becomes something that I want to go for it, And our relationship, the idea of recorded is just because I want to transform the experience.
Yes.
What's real? Myself.
I love that.
Everything that I do will transform the experience, will transform the ambience, will transform the event because I am there and I'm real.
Wow.
Yeah. But who is real? I believe that my his spirit is real, and I have the conscience to control my mind, and this math, this combination, make me take actions in the physicality, you know. But I am the true, I am the real self. I am a sparkling of God. A little, in Portuguese we can say centella. It's like atom.
Okay. Tiny.
You know,
little.
like we have a body,
Yeah.
and there's a cell.
Mm-hmm.
So God is the body, I am the cell. You know,
Yeah.
the proportion. You know, of
Yeah.
course, God's gonna be bigger, better, but more powerful than my body and one cell in my body. But as above, so below.
Ah.
You know, so
I love that.
I like the idea of transformation.
I think that's awesome. I love it. And you said something that kind of stuck with me. You said there's a fear behind it, you know, maybe for others, and maybe you experienced that yourself, right? And I think there's this idea of things being infinite, never changing, right? And holding on to things. And an example I heard was like, say it's a beautiful moon, right? It's a full moon. You're like, oh, I wish it was that way all the time.
Nah, yeah.
In the conversation I was listening to, it's like, no, you don't.
You don't.
No, you don't, because it's always changing, right? But we have this fear of the things changing, and the idea of things being infinite, or like, I'm gonna love you forever, nothing's gonna change that. It's like we want to hold on to this thing, but why? Why do we want to hold on to it? I think because of what you mentioned, the idea of fear of what happens when it changes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's interesting to hear your perspective on it. But you know, now when you're talking about the cells, a little speck, I'd like you to expand on that a little bit in relationship to the changing. So how do you feel? Okay, if you're elaborate a little bit if you can. The idea of the cell, right, and how that changes, or how that relates to God, right? And then what that means for us here when we try to navigate our day.
I will do it, but in
Pieces.
in another situation.
Okay.
When you contemplate the natural, the earth, what's real, you know, because we are speaking about transformation, right? What we create will be transformed, will change, will what's the process that happens with metal when we get water? Rust.
Yeah.
The metal will get rust, right? All right, but if you think about the water, it will change, but it's still there forever. Make sense?
Yeah.
So when you step outside of the what's the again the opposite of deeply?
Shallow.
When you start to be deeper and stop to think shallow, you will have to face the reality of the level that you are living right now, experiencing right now. What it means about the cells. Before you think that the cell size it is the universe. The entire universe is a cell. But when you expand your mind, your conscience, and then you start to understand what is natural, you will face your natural self in this level, in this surface. Make sense? Or I'm
following.
okay. What's the idea of God? You explore deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It will be the transformation that you want to. You know? When you understand the movement, you want to be in this vortex. And you want to be in the center of the vortex. And you want to go whenever this vortex took you.
Right.
You know? Because this is the powerful energy that makes you alive. Me alive. Makes the universe existing.
Wow.
It makes sense?
Yeah.
So, what's the idea of the transformation? If you are in the shallow level, you don't want the transformation because you took this experience as the best of your life. But if you understand that you are part of the universe, as the universe, you want to experience more, and you will be grateful of the thing that you just saw, feel, and you want to transform yourself to be bigger, your mind bigger, to understand better what is love.
That's good.
You know?
I feel like this concept is, at least for me, I remember when we were talking months ago, I mean, this is all connected, everything we talk about, right? Mm-hmm. But there was parts of it that I didn't comprehend, right? There was things that my thinking mind was trying to comprehend that I couldn't. And I'm assuming that there's others out there that maybe have the same kind of dilemma, right? Because from my experience, I recognize that something had to change in me to be able to absorb these conversations and see it differently. So I'm always a fan of trying to make things practical for someone trying to start their journey.
I think I understood. Can I, my friend?
Please.
So the transformation is not a new version of you.
Right.
It's an old version of yourself. Because we transform ourselves when we are growing. We were pure. And we start to learn with our father, with our professor, with the music, with friends, with the fashion, the magazines, internet, influencers. So a lot of stuff hold your truly self inside in one box.
Keeps it contained.
Tiny box. That is uncomfortable. You know, the transformation is about become again who you always were.
Man.
You know,
Yeah.
let the children inside of you become free. It's not about learn.
No.
Again, remember our last conversation?
Yeah.
If the game is not learn and teach, if the game is set yourselves free to be who you really are, but you only will understand who that person is when you let it be.
Yeah.
Make sense? So now I am sharing what am I with you, but with him or her.
Right.
Make sense?
Right.
That's it. Let it's free.
You know, that's a great point. I love that. I want to add on it a little bit. So, you said we're born pure.
Yes, I really trust it.
Pure, right? And then what changes? What changes throughout when we're born till now?
Okay.
What
is it? That question? That
yes, I'm gonna go ahead and answer it.
No, if you have more.
Yes. So what you just said is like your father, your mother, ideas, beliefs, ways of being are changing you from where you started.
Whoa.
Right?
So, just download here.
Please continue. Would you?
Yeah. No, just because again we are starting to explore the path that nobody showed us, right? Mm-hmm. Like if it's not about teach and learn, something new just start to happen here.
Right.
And always I say, our parents. I know this phrase. It's already done, you know, and I have to destroy this idea somehow, and now it became something new. It's not about our fathers, or our parents. It's not about our friends, the music, the internet. I just understand something new. It's about what you experience in some point in your life that makes you uncomfortable, shy, hurt you, you know, something that makes you pose yourself to don't face it again. Mm-hmm. The problem is you can live like that, but you be unhappy. I'm not saying sad, I'm saying unhappy. Why? Because you can have a job, you can have a nice car, you can have a family, you can have a nice house, you can live without that. but you can be unhappy. You know, because the happiness will exist will happen when happy happen, when it happened. You know, the word's there, just look at it. Something needs to happen for you to be happy. What it is.
Right.
What is it? You know? Let's think a little bit. When you are truly there with your heart open, you have the chance to see the happiness,
Right.
to face the happiness, and nobody can take it
away from you.
You know? But makes sense.
Yeah.
I answer what you're asking.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that goes in line with the transformation, right? You said something about breaking it apart or tearing it away or something. You know, in relationship to these things we accumulate, right? That gets us further and further away from our pureness, right? But I think it's easy to look at, I mean, because I'm looking at it from one perspective of like, okay, if we're pure, and we've accumulated all these beliefs, feelings, thoughts, and stuff that maybe we're unhappy, right? And we don't know why. Then the idea is like, well, what is creating that, right? But seeing it as layers of beliefs and understandings that we have been given, that we've just picked up along the way, allows us to start tearing it apart, right? But that in itself is the change, right? And that's crazy because we were just talking about how everything changes, and that's incredible too, because if we come into the world pure, are we meant to change? Right?
This is our game.
Right? So it's like we change to something that perhaps we don't like or that we do, but then there's another transformation to get back to the pure.
We have the difference between who knows the rules of the game and the people that doesn't know. You know? And the transformation is when you go for an arcade, the place that has a lot of games. You have to pay to play the game, right? Okay, so you're there. You never saw that games. Never. You're like, this is new.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
You can face it like a hobby, the job, a project, friends, relationships. You are picking the game, you know, like, okay, I will play this one. Okay, pay the price. Or push the button. The start button.
Start the game.
Or you can see and be happy looking to the animation. That's it for you.
Right.
There's people that never play the game but love the image. You know,
Right.
loves the idea. This is amazing. I like the look. I like the colors, but not play the game. So when you understand to look at the animation to show you what's the game, because always they will show it for you. This is a kind of an invitation. Come and play this game. You know, when you see that, you understand the little history, the little idea for you to play the game, and you understand what's the context.
Something just came to my mind.
Please,
Man, this is great. So the idea of playing the game, like you see it and it's pretty and it excites you. Unless you've played it, you don't know, right? It's conceptual, it's not experiential, right? And this phrase comes to mind that it's related to the Bible and Jesus and stuff. Not that anybody said it, but I heard it in context to that. This is awesome. So when someone is trying to tell you to play this game, Dennis, I have this game. It's so fun. Man, I love it. It changed my whole way of living and looking at everything. You should play it.
All right.
All right, so now you have the choice.
Okay.
Right, obviously, and then we talked about it. If you don't play it, you're not gonna know it. You're gonna see it like, oh yeah, that's amazing, right? But it'll stay there. And the idea of believing in things or interacting with the world in a different way is like playing a game, right? And as related to the Bible and Jesus, there was this thought that came to me that was saying, like, what was Jesus trying to help everybody see? What was he trying to help everybody see, right? A new way of seeing, a new game.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
A very powerful game, right?
Yeah.
And just like a kid, if there's an ice cream and the kid doesn't know if he likes it, what does he do to find out if he likes it?
Easy peasy.
Try it.
Just try it.
Try it.
There's one other way.
And tell me if you like it, right? Because you have the choice. Try it, and if you like it, great. But what just came to my head was, was related to Jesus. It was like, try it, and not if you're gonna like it. Try it, and then you'll see.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
Man, it hit me. So it just came to my head right now. So it's the idea of this game you're playing, but the idea of trying a game to see if you like it. But when we're talking about Jesus or God, it's just like, what does it mean trying it then? What does it mean trying believing in that game, wanting to play that game?
So awesome because, man, let's go back, just a little bit.
Please.
Remember when I say it's a parents,
Right.
friends, and after I say it's not our parents. Okay, let's see one situation. You said about the ice cream. Let's think that the mom doesn't like strawberry ice cream because she had an experience that was not good. She felt sick because one strawberry ice cream. When the family goes to go to the ice cream store. What's the name? They will try to see everything. They will see all the flavors. But the mom, because of her experience, say strawberry no, but I like pistachios. And she never let the kids try another flavor, only the pistachio. So something that you don't like, you can't like it because it make my mom
She like it, yeah.
And you saw a lot of options, but you're an adult and you still eating pistachios ice cream. Make sense?
100%.
You can do, but why you don't do it? Because you have your mindset set.
Mindset is set.
You are set to go for this path. Back to games. All right. You will see the console, the games, the options. Maybe you tried or someone teach you how to play one game and you never try another stuff. What I think that Jesus did, I think that Jesus said, okay, push this title, but because you were there when your father made this. He is the owner of the company. And you will remember who you are and how to play the game when you push the start button.
Wow.
Just do it,
It's not a matter of if or what will happen. Just push the button. Just push the button.
That's it.
Wow.
It's what I think. Or, okay, in the ice cream. So, okay, you have two options. One to don't do and one for do, and you can see. You can see, but you don't understand that it's an option for you. Okay? So, in my perspective, you can eat everything that you want, but eat everything is gonna make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's not bad for you.
No.
But what you want to know is, this is something that's yours. Your father is the owner of the ice cream store. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you can try if you want. You can get what you like, but you have a lot of options. You know? Makes sense?
It does. I love how you took the analogy of ice cream. That's really powerful. I mean, I just learned something right there.
Sorry, just to complete.
Please.
Okay? You can sell it. You are here to sell it. To make the people feel good, you know?
Sell an ice cream.
That's it!
Man,
That's
it's a
it!
t-shirt. Let's sell some ice cream.
Mugs.
Yeah.
Yes. Keychains.
Sell some ice cream. I love it. No, I think that's, I like that view of it too, because then it actually comes down to choice, or actually what you always say is, well, from the movie, which building you want to take.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Similar way to look at it. And then once you choose, then you see. Right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing. No, I was just curious on what you thought about it. I just kind of was in my head. So.
Hey, how do you think? How do you feel? What do you think about it?
About playing the game and about the ice cream, tasting it and stuff.
Yeah. And specifically about the Jesus.
I think
his role. You know.
To me, it's a flavor that I didn't realize I missed, right? Like after you start playing the game, or tasting the ice cream. Like there's a lot of ice creams out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different religions, a lot of different beliefs, a lot of different people telling you, no, my ice cream's the best. No, this one's the best. Oh, there is no ice cream. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like all of this stuff. And I feel like I'm finally trying a flavor I've never tried in my life. And I can't explain the taste of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's beyond what my senses can perceive.
Wow.
And so I feel amazing with the ice cream I'm eating. I mean, I think what I'm learning is just opening up it's possibilities, right? It's the idea of what is truth, right? And I know it's ultimately rooted in what I believe this ice cream to be. Because that ice cream may not be like strawberry. That person doesn't like the strawberry, right? And that's fine. So for me, I feel very excited to be trying this ice cream, but I realize that I think I found my favorite flavor. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
So, let's take it from there.
Yeah.
If the person doesn't like ice cream, if they don't like to play games, I like the idea of Jesus. Why? Let's think that Jesus doesn't have his power, superpowers. He's not Son of God. Let's think like that. Let's think as today. We have marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about the person that you know that did the best market. Let's think about Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows about Coca-Cola.
The whole world.
Coca-Cola is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there's people that doesn't like Coca-Cola, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
I don't like it.
Okay.
You know, but sometimes I drink.
Yeah, sure.
Why? But I don't buy. I don't buy Coca-Cola. You won't see. If you have a party, okay.
Have some Coke out
You can
there.
buy Coca-Cola.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but I don't buy Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Sometimes I like Coca-Cola. Sometimes I drink Coca-Cola because I don't like it. Okay? There is a marketing over there. Hundreds of years, I think so.
Sure.
More than that, right? Let's think about the power of the Jesus marketing. More than 2,000 years, and the people still speaking about his words. He didn't have a brand. He's not selling to get money. Make sense?
Right.
And he sells the idea that everything was created by his Father. And everything is from him, through him, and for him. So if you don't like ice cream, you are good, man.
It's fine.
If you don't like playing games, it's okay. Just be yourself, do yourself, and you will feel at what he was speaking about.
Wow.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So, if you understand like that, you start to get the power. But we just were talking if Jesus didn't have his power.
Right.
So it's not about that time. It's about now.
Mm-hmm.
The power of the idea, the concept that he's sharing with you.
Right.
It's like freedom.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
This flavor is awesome, right?
Think about it, yeah. Actually, what do you feel when you have we're talking about actual ice cream now.
Yeah.
When you have your favorite flavor and you take that first bite, what do you feel?
Amazing, amazing. The best feeling like that for me is chocolate.
Yep, same here.
Yeah, and in ice cream, only chocolate without be cold, you know? Amazing. Can you imagine? You feel this feeling
Right.
in each thing that you do in your life.
Wow.
And your mission in life is increase to the maximum this feeling in yourself, to feed your family, to feel like this, because you know what you are doing, because you feel what you do, and the mission of the family is spread for other people that doesn't know about it, start to feel like you,
Right.
to become more than you. Why? Because if he learns or understand one way that you don't know, now you have a friend to share with you, and we become bigger. This is Vedum Academy.
Yes, we do.
You know?
Yeah.
This is why we have to run to the future. This is the future, Ryan.
I love it. Man, really, really cool. Yeah, that was really the only thought I had. I wanted to explore it a little bit with you, and I'm excited to hear what you think about some of the information I sent you. I'd love for you to, if you have time, absorb it.
I have time.
Read it. You do it.
24 hours per day.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's what
Right.
I have, my friend.
Oh, speaking of which, that's a whole other topic. Time I've been thinking about lately
Okay.
too, but let's put a pin in that one.
Okay.
You know, the perception of time
Okay.
and what it means in our everyday towards what we're trying to do, right? So that we'll put a pin in that one. We'll talk about it.
You can share with them that it's gonna be our next episode.
Next episode.
We're gonna speak about the time, the perception.
Perception of time.
It's gonna be interesting, right?
Well, thank you for letting me explore that. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, for your vision, your perspective. I'm getting the word because I want you to finish this video.
Okay. Okay.
So thank you so much. I'm happy to explore the audacity to create something, with you, my friend. And I won't be lazy or tired to share, to speak it, because I'm really grateful of the situation that we are living together,
right.
and thinking about the potential of this project, of the impact that we can have in the people's life, is something that makes my heart be like warm,
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here with you.
Great.
And
Great.
to finish.
Yeah.
So this is our podcast. This is our project, Run to the Future. And we are doing what we can do to hit your heart, to hit your mind, to make you think, and this is what we live. This is our lifestyle. This is our real stuff. This is my home. This is my studio. This is my house, and I'm open this window for you to watch a little bit, and you are invited to come in, and if you like it, just do in your side, man.
Absolutely. And I like what you said about the window. I think that's a good thing to remember is, you're saying we just live our life, this is your home.
Yeah.
We're just opening up a little window to share.
Yeah.
But what's fun about it, what you don't see outside of this little window, is this is continuing every day, all day, right? And everything that we do. It's just not in this moment of doing a podcast and talking about it. It's how do we interact with the world around us, right? How do I interact with the cashier? How do I interact with the person driving? It's an every moment thing, right? But there's just a little window into talking about it. It's really exciting.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Yeah. Do you want to finish this video?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
First one, Ryan.
First video.
First video, official one.
I feel extremely grateful to be in this place right now because these energies and thoughts that we're sharing and talking about, it took a while for me to understand it, but it's not understanding because it's not in my mind, but to truly feel it. And I've known Dennis for, how long now? 6 years?
6 years.
6
yeah.
years. And
5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. And, you know, the journey we've been on together and how our friendships evolved and how our conversations have evolved, it's crazy how powerful reflection is, right? Because looking back at it, in those moments I would have never guessed that we would be at this place. And there's such a sense of peace and calm in this place when we're not trying to figure out or think or anything. You know, we're just sitting here conversing, right? But what's surreal for me is that we're actually in this place doing it.
Yeah.
We're talking. We do this all the time, right? But now we have a light and we have people listening or talking to us, and it feels really special. Feels really special to be able to speak our truth to one another and share it. And I don't have any expectations. I don't have any ideas of what this is or what it's going to be. I just really enjoy that we can spend our time, our limited time on this planet together, exploring this together, because I feel most at peace when we do that. And reflecting on all our conversations just make these even more meaningful for me. To know the journey that we've gone through to get to this point of sitting in this room, man, to
This room,
our studio,
this floor,
this floor that we redid in the wall. I mean, so thank you for everything you bring to this world. I want to say that, because if this is the first time you're meeting Dennis or myself or both, well, first, hi, hello. But you know, this has been something that has been a part of your life since you were, I mean, a long time ago, Vidome.
Yeah.
And I didn't truly understand it until I understood it.
Experience.
Yeah, right. And so
right.
thank you for you and your mind and your beliefs and your heart and how you share with everyone around you unselfishly. You know, wise selfish, because what you said is it's in your heart to help other people feel better and change their world. So to me, that's wise selfish. You're selfish in wanting to give it and share it, and that helps you feel good. You know, so thank you, my friend, for this, and really excited for more to come. Wow. And yeah, and I hope anyone out there watching you.
Yeah.
I learned that you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you taking the time as well. And if you know you like it, this is something I'm getting used to as well. You got to like, you got to subscribe, and you got to comment. All right, let's keep this going together, because we're stronger together. Right? We're better together. So
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
It's amazing. Bye. See you at the next one.
Yeah.
43 minutes, my friend.
That was 43 minutes.